Keep your head up, Dr. Quartermain.
Oh, like this?
Perfect. Now, brush your hair out of your eyes, Alan. Ready?
When you get out of the shot, yeah.
Sorry. Great. Sit still.
Kid, give me a break.
You'll be fine.
What is going on here?
Oh, good morning.
Don't turn your head.
Oh, I'm sorry. Alan, remember the article in Medical Forum? Well, this is Marna Rogers. She's going to be writing it. This is my husband.
Great. Tell me, Mr. Quartermain, how do you feel about your wife's magnificent career?
It's not Mr., it's Dr. Quartermain.
Of course, I knew that. I just got excited. I didn't expect to get a shot at the whole family.
Well, there's more of us. Monica, tell me, is this article about medicine or mommies?
It's a bit of both. I'm doing a series on heart surgeons. Portraits of outstanding men and women who labor on the frontier of that field. Your wife is one of them. You must be so proud.
I'm so proud. My mother's proud.
I'd love to quote you. What did you say?
Have some coffee, dear. Watch the show.
Well, we know who thinks she's the rising star, don't we?
Can we finish? I mean, I'm already late for school.
You're worried about missing school?
I have to go to the bathroom.
Hurry.
Get out of the shot.
Don't be jealous, dear.
Who's jealous?
I'm sorry. I have the morning mail.
Well, it's fine, Jennings. Come on in, will you? Just cross right over the frontier.
Thank you, Jennings.
You're welcome. Should I go?
Of course, life goes on. Just... Everybody, cut. Okay, fine. Now, roll 'em. Lights, camera, action.
Face
forward. This one's for you, dear.
Do you think they're going to want a picture of me, Mother?
Open your letter, Alan.
I'll look at it later. You think I ought to go upstairs and change?
Open it now, dear.
Did you see who this is from?
Yes. It's from your sister, Tracy.
Why on earth would she be writing to me?
Well, they're gone. Alan Jr.'s off to school, and I'm off to work.
Well, it seemed to go very well.
Yes, I thought so. I can't wait to read the finished product. Are you going to come with me?
What's that?
Oh, come on, Alan. I put up with you being rude to the reporter, to the photographer. Please don't ask me to have to contend with you all of a sudden becoming deaf.
Why, would you care if I was?
Excuse me.
Alan has had a letter from Tracy.
Oh, long-lost sister. Well, what does she have to say?
Does Madam Celebrity really care?
Oh, please, of course I do.
Tracy says that Mother has invited her son Ned to spend the summer with us.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to having him visit us.
Well, why is she writing you?
She wants me to try to use my influence on him.
You're joking.
His grades are not...
Him visit us.
Well, why is she writing you?
She wants me to try to use my influence on him.
You're joking.
His grades are not very good, Monica. She wants me to try to get him into a university so he can stay here in Port Charles and go to college. She also says that he is in desperate need of a father figure, and she's hoping that I can provide that for him.
Oh, my dear, how very flattering.
You're very foolish.
Excuse me?
I didn't say anything.
I'm very flattered, Mother, as a matter of fact. I never realized that Tracy thought of me like that.
Excuse me, Alan, but Tracy doesn't think of anybody unless she wants something from them.
That remark is rude and uncalled for, but I shall be a gentleman and a true Quartermain and ignore it. Excuse me.
If your picture was in the article, what makes a difference?
Unlike some of my colleagues, I don't need or want the publicity.
Alan, I didn't go to the magazine. The magazine came to me.
Listen, I got a great idea. Why don't you take out a whole series of ads publicizing your magnificent career?
You know, I might just do that. Well, we have managed to not be able to agree on anything this morning, including your nephew.
As I recall, he was a fine and bright boy.
Oh, as I recall, he was a real flake.
That's not fair, Monica.
Well, if he was so bright, why were his grades so bad?
Well, Tracy, explain that. He hasn't had a father figure either to keep him in line or to inspire him.
And where were you when he last visited?
Look, you're not going to keep a few broken dishes hanging over his head for the rest of his life.
for you. A few? We had to lock up practically the entire house.
You just didn't know how to handle them, that's all.
Oh, and I suppose you do.
Don't worry about a thing, all right?
Oh, what about your father?
What about him?
Well, you might be able to handle your nephew, but I have never seen you be able to handle your father.
Look, I can take care of whatever I have to take care of. And...
Sir.
Hey there, you too.
Oh, well,
just talking about it. Will you come and join us?
No, I haven't got time. I have to earn a living. By the way, I wouldn't allow those hospital evaluators to see you two goofing off.
Oh, speaking of that, Alan has something he wants to tell you.
Yeah, well, I have news for him myself. I just came by with a tip for you, a hot tip, which means you have to keep your mouth shut.
To do with the market?
No, your career. Oh, my! So much for my hot tip.
How did you know about it?
Well, I was there when Steve made the decision. Now everybody will go after it.
It is not a job, it's a sentence.
Well, I agree. Who'd want it?
Well, I'm glad you don't. You're not suited for it.
Oh?
Alan is perfect for the job. Alan, think of it. Assistant Chief of Staff. Now, that's more than a title. It's a stepping stone to greater glory. I've got to talk to Steve about this.
You want it, don't you?
Not half as much as you do.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
It's so obvious, Monica. Just one more chance for you to embroider an extra stitch on your blossoming career.
Oh, Frank.
Oh, what a luxury. Day off and a nice late breakfast.
It's not a day off for us, is it, Stella? Stella and I are going to do some paperwork on our little relish business.
How is the Piccolila business doing?
Great, thank you.
Oh, we're wheeling and dealing every day.
You mean wheeling and dealing, don't you, dear?
Is that what I mean, Stella?
Yeah.
By the way, did either one of you think to apply for the Assistant Chief of Staff opening?
Who needs it?
Alan?
Likewise, who needs it?
Well, a great deal of prestige goes along with that job, you know.
You know what I really need on my day off is some exercise. What do you say? You want to go to the skating rink and do a few rounds?
Okay, fine. Father, have you finished your breakfast?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Can we have a little talk?
Very well. I'd be delighted to have a father and son talk with you, my boy.
Let's try man-to-man talk, Father, okay?
Well, I think before I have a day of relaxation, I should check in on a couple of patients at the hospital. Will you excuse me?
Of course, dear.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Stella, did either Alan or Monica ring true to you?
No, they certainly didn't.
I think they're both going to apply for the same job.
To tell you the truth, I've been thinking about applying for this job of Assistant Chief of Staff, but I don't know if I'm going to get it. And if I don't get it, you know what's going to happen? Monica will use it as ammunition against me every time we have a fight.
Well, I can't guarantee anything, but as top banana of the hospital board, I'll be happy to back your application all the way, son.
I'll tell you, it would count for a lot.
Well, go for it, I say.
You know what? I just might do that.
Good man.
Thank you.
May I make a suggestion?
Sure, what's that?
I wouldn't tell Monica that you've applied for the job.
Oh, no, you're right. You're absolutely right.
You know, she's had enough prestige for 1988 as it is.
Yeah, kid, she's got to be the grabbiest woman I've ever met. Damn. I said I would go ice skating with her.
Problem?
Yeah, well, I want to get over to the hospital. Look, do me a favor. Tell her I had to go over and see a critical patient. I'll be back very, very soon, all right?
Good thinking.
I mean, if she finds out that I'm applying for the job, you know that she's going to apply for it. I'll close these doors. It'll look as if we're still having a little private talk, okay? Thank you, sir.
Monica?
Oh, hi.
I want to say something to you, dear. Do you have a moment?
Well, I have to go see those patients.
Well, I am so very pleased with you, dear, and I wanted to tell you about this before we went to see those patients.
Please, what do you mean, please?
Well, dear, about your not applying for that job of assistant chief of staff at the hospital.
Oh, well, I mean, it never crossed my mind. But are you saying that I wouldn't be any good at it?
Oh, on the contrary, dear, I think you'd be excellent at the job.
Thank you.
It's just that, well, quite frankly, you've had so much recognition during the past 12 months that I think something else would just deflate Alan. Besides, I think all that additional work would be bad for you.
Well, I think you are right in everything you say.
I don't know why I'm going on like this when you've already said that you weren't applying for it.
No, it's quite all right. I love all the advice I can get from you. But I really do have to go.
All right,
I'll
dear.
see you later.
Yes.
Thank you.
Go to Dr. Mason. Hello, Alan. I thought it was your day off.
Hi, Jesse. It is. I just came to check up on a patient. Anyway, a doctor never really has a day off, does he? And if you're not at the hospital, you're at home worrying about the hospital. So it's true, bus striker really isn't coming back to General, huh?
That's why there's an opening.
Of course, I could have figured that out for myself. Do you have any of the applications here?
Yes, would you like one?
Just a glance at, thank you.
Sure. Are you interested in applying for the job of assistant chief of staff?
I don't know, maybe.
Well, I know Steve is anxious to have somebody from the staff rather than outside.
Yeah, of course, that would make sense. Listen, Jesse, I'm just on my way home. I'm going to take these with me, and I'll read it there, okay?
They're all yours.
Yeah, thank you. Oh,
What?
don't mention my taking one of these, will you?
All right.
It's just that you know how words spread so quickly around the hospital.
I just don't understand why you wouldn't want anybody to know you were reading an application.
Well, I haven't made a decision yet whether I even want the job or not. Anyway, I'm going to go home now and try and salvage what's left of my day off. I'll see you tomorrow, Jesse. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Dr. Lanham, please call Dr. Denton in oncology. Dr. Lanham, please call Dr. Denton in oncology.
Good afternoon, Jessie.
Hello, Monica. My goodness, you're a dedicated pair of doctors. You both have a day off, and here you are.
Yes, well, I know that. I just came to check on a couple of patients. Actually, if you would perhaps have the charts of Francis Brown and Alex Manning, then I wouldn't even have to go upstairs.
I am right here.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. So, tell me, do we have a new assistant chief of staff?
No, I'm afraid we haven't. Steve was saying earlier there hasn't been applications, and if there aren't by this afternoon, he'll have to go outside.
Oh. I don't suppose you can tell me who's applied from the staff, could you?
I'm afraid that's kind of confidential.
Yes, well, I wonder, could I see one of the applications?
You certainly may. Monica, why don't you apply?
What?
I'm all for having a woman as assistant chief of staff.
Why?
Oh, I think it's high time.
Well, you know, I suppose it is, really. I wonder, could me just taking an application, could that be considered confidential?
Oh, I would think so, yes.
Oh, good, good. Well, you know who I really think would be good?
Who?
Tony Jones. Thank you, Jessie. See you. Well, hi. Hello, ladies. Hard at work?
Well, it's fun, really.
Is Alan around?
He's in the study with Edward.
Ah, well, when you see him, would you tell him that I have gone to the skating rink?
Bye-bye. Have fun.
Thanks.
Oh, Alan, Monica's just come back, and she's on her way to the skating rink.
Oh, good.
She thought that you might be sometime with Edward, so she's gone on. But you can catch up with her.
Okay, fine.
Right. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear.
What is it, darling?
I'm afraid that Alan and Monica both applied for the job of assistant chief of staff.
Monica?
And if my suspicions are correct, we're in for a great deal of trouble in this house. Oh, forget the if. I know my suspicions are correct.